What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD review on the new patch of Jose Apollo. If you guys aren't familiar, this is a player from the Philippines, usually super high ranked on the SG server, just a general beast of the game. And he was playing the new patch, so I thought we had to review him. I know this game starts a little bit late because this guy was playing Slay the Spire, and I pray that he doesn't tab back into Slay the Spire, but he very well might. So we start off, it's an expedition game. This is an augment that, has been kind of broken, and yeah, we're gonna go back to Slay the Spire, so I'll skip ahead through the Slay the Spire. Give me a sec. All right, sorry. And if you wanted to see that defect run, I'll have his link in the description down below, so you can go check out his defect run, and also this game. He actually opts to make 20 here, which is something that you've seen a lot of people do when they play around Expedition, is they want to make gold as quickly as possible, so they just kind of like sell off as many units. He kind of sells off in a funny way where it forces him to field this Fizz, so you can only sack Lysandra here, but it's going to be okay. We're going to be able to sack more units later, and here's where the game starts off really in earnest, is that we field the Arbiter here, and we get a few different options: star level, attacks 3 times, and interest gain, and you get the Leona printer now. So Arbiter has been changed very significantly on this patch. You can see here actually how the changes have impacted it. So nowadays, Arbiter will always give you 3 different outputs that fall into 3 buckets: a defensive one, so this is Armor to Mar; an offensive one, this is attack speed; and then an econ one. This is, gain a Leona on combat end. And then Arbiter's inputs will also fall into one of 3 categories, and you'll have one of each. One is a consistent one, so these are either every 4 seconds or per star level. So this is something that you can kind of like always proc. Conditional, which is related to doing things in combat, so attack 3 times or spend mana; and then econ, which is either interest gain or reroll. So this is all to say that it's pretty likely that we'll see any of these combinations. And Jose is going to take interest gain into Leona here. The idea being, once you reach 50 gold of interest, you're guaranteed to be printing a Leona every single round. And if you can reach 3 Arbiter, you have the chance to print more than 1 Leona. This is something that they stealth added last patch and then stealth removed from the game, where you used to be able to print multiple Leonas. They wanted it to be a change for this patch, and then just inadvertently added it last patch. And so now we have this as a real feature within the game, where now if you are making enough interest, or if you take the every 4 seconds and play for very long fights, or if you take the spend 50 mana and play for very long fights, you can actually proc this multiple times. I was going to take the free rolls here. Just saying, like, I would like the ability to spike my board on, maybe like a 3-2. We could even hold these rolls forever. You could even use them like soonish, but it's a lot of econ to use here. But I think we're just gonna hold the line here, and keep these rolls and chill on our board right now. He does even have the ability to dupe Samira too, if he really wants to, and use that as a really big amount of gold to feed to Expedition. We'll see if he wants to end up doing that. But yeah, this is something that you'll see more and more people doing on the new patch. I talked about this a lot at the start of last patch, but then it got patched out, is just playing into Arbiter from 2-1, playing for Leona printer Arbiter, and very quickly printing Leona 3. Because nowadays, if you can get 3 Arbiter in here and print a Leona 2, and then eventually a Leona 3, print multiple Leonas per turn. You can hit Leona 3 very quickly. You can even, if you have a good enough setup, print Leona 4 very quickly. And so that is what Jose is going to try to do this game, especially because we have Expedition, and so this is kind of a way to get our econ back. We can just kind of teleport to a Leona 3 relatively quickly, use Expedition, print that Leona 3, and then get a Radiant item onto her. So yeah, makes a lot of sense. Also, I guess you'll notice at this point is that I am a bit hoarse. My voice is going through it because I got sick the other day. What I will say is I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday, so that's good. But my voice does sound a lot different, so I might stream. I'm not 100%. I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm going to stream today, or if I'm just going to take the day off just to rest my voice and chill. So I don't know. Either way, we will see. But you gotta get the VOD review out. I mean, I can't leave you guys without a VOD, especially on day one of the new patch here. So the question for Jose is, okay, we know that we're gonna print Leona 3 this game. That's relatively easy. But what do we want to do with the rest of our items? He is considering taking this gargoyle here to guarantee that we have it. And then this one's actually quite awkward here, because you have, you know, like the death cap if you want it. You could make JG plus something else here. He's gonna opt to take bow here, which might end up just being util item. We will see here. Could even be, you know, like Quincy's Rage played down towards playing LeBlanc, but we will see. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of these options are quite amazing. I do like Exile's a good bit. Feeling Lucky is not bad, but yeah, so like normally in a spot like this, you would take Feeling Lucky here. You would take the Econ because you know that Expedition is going to hurt your Econ so much that you kind of need to take something like Feeling Lucky here. And he is going to make this Death Cap Slam and the Gargoyle Slam like we talked about here. And yeah, just leave bow open for Util, leave glove open for, you know, like JG, something like that, and it makes a lot of sense. But because, once again, we do have this Leona printer ability for us, we don't even actually feel the need to take Econ here. It makes a lot of sense. If we're going to, you know, stabilize the board very hard on Leona 3, life's going to be pretty chill. We're not going to have to worry too much about, you know, the possibility of getting our Expedition cash up, but then not having enough gold to actually, like, make it to a real board. Leona's always going to help us make a real board here, so it makes sense. Ooh, this is another cool idea from Jose, is the new target lock-on. If you guys haven't seen this yet, all of the static items were reworked so that they would be usable on AD or AP, and target lock-on is actually one that should be insane on Zoe. The idea with this is for every unit, the first time you hit them, you get AD or AP, and the amount that you get from AP is actually higher. Now, a unit like Zoe, she can actually hit the entire board, which is really, really nice. So yeah, Zoe's gonna be a great holder of this target lock-on in the mid-game. Sadly, we rotate to a really strong board, so we might be, yeah, forced to take this Tactician HP just to be alive here. And LeBlanc, I mean, this seems like a great pickup. Not only could she potentially stay on this board later, but she is going to amp up that Leona farmer and allow us to potentially farm 2 Leonas per round if we are making 50 gold of interest here. Yeah, the only other unit that I've heard about with this target lock-on is Misfortune would be the idea. You can let Misfortune hit the entire board with her ability, and then it's like Replicator Misfortune. Let her hit the entire board with those big like columns of bullets that she drops down. And the other really nice thing about that is that like AD units get more stats than AP units, because in general AP units can hit more units when they cast versus AD. A lot of them are single target or melee or stuff like that. But yeah, gonna continue our loss streak here. Very close to cashing out now, so that's an upside. The downside is we took a lot of damage this game, but Soraka helped us out a lot and gave us that kind of like extra life here. And yeah, he's even going to level and roll here so that he can get the 4 across here so that he can feed it to the Expedition, and guaranteeing that we cash out on time so that we don't have to mess anything up. The other thing is like we're gonna print Leona guaranteed actually this round. Because we're guaranteed one with the interest in. I wonder, looking back on this game, how much Jose liked the interest printer one, because like it is very nice to be able to just like guarantee print some units. But the downside is obviously that like we hurt our interest with our augment, and then we still needed to, you know, print Leonas. We need to print Leona 3s. It's a pretty slow Leona 3, honestly, all things considered. Jose holding this rod on bench for whatever reason. I'm not actually sure what the idea. I think is he just going to Radiantify this immediately? I was assuming that we were going to Radiant the Leona item, but we will see here. Take belts here, which, ooh, and we get a Vex and a Bard. This looks really, really good. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I was looking at Warmugs here. I think this makes a lot of sense. He is going to level and roll here, though. Wants to spike the board enough that he does not to just die here. Gets the Bard in, though. This is going to be big. He needs to remember to Radiant the item, and he Radiant Death Caps. Okay, so he does make a Radiant Death Cap. He is going to make Sunfire Cape here. I mean, Radiant Death Cap, statistically very, 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 very strong. It is just a lot of damage on any unit that you throw it onto here. So yeah, he's just going to say a Radiant Death Cap on a Bard. Can't be bad. The Leona is going to help stabilize us, and it makes a lot of sense here. Yeah, so this is the game plan here. No need for Sunfire board. All these look awful. Okay, he's going to take Apotheotic, trying to hit Soraka's Miracle or Thresh's Lantern. Opts to take Thresh's Lantern here. Wow. I mean, his thought is just Thresh's Lantern should be quite strong on this board, because you can throw in things like Nunu. You can throw in a lot of solid units here, and you need more frontline when you're playing around a Bard, right? Like there's no There's no kind of like limit to the amount of damage that we have here, essentially. As long as our front line's alive, Bard can just destroy the entire enemy board. And so we might as well take the rest of his Lantern here, try to play for longer fights, and then allow Bard to just kill the entire board and also farm a lot of units. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so this was our stabilization. He's still opting to roll down for this kind of like AP flex board, saying there's still a lot more that I need to find here, but this last roll, I think, is going to be what is going to be what's going to be. I mean, you could tell a little delirious from the cold. This is what's going to be the sign to stop rolling. Is that now we have 4 Vanguard and we have upgraded backline. Do wish that we had something a little bit better to throw in with our Thresh's Lantern, but this board should be fine enough. The Karma is going to do pretty good work here, a lot of damage, and this was the plan all along, is stabilize around a 4 Vanguard Karma board here, and yeah, just use Leona. I mean, is it just blessing size here? Thrown into Leona also gives you Soraka Boon, which is going to be a lot of HP in a situation like this where you're already pretty low. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. Was hoping to find Void Staff here, did not find it, so we're going to have to take another tier here. I doubt that we're just going to straight up slam the blue buff, but I mean, you could. It's a slam, but I feel like you should just hold on to this for Void Staff here, but we will see. Opts to end up finally just making a random dupe here because we've hit everything, so nothing gained, nothing lost from holding on to that dupe for so long. We probably could have cashed a little bit earlier had we had duped that 3 cost, but it would have cost us some interest to not sell those units as well, so it's not even really like that good of an idea. So I think the way we played the early amount made sense, and yeah, gonna take another fight win. Wow, that's a lot of gold farmed here, and he can think about throwing one of these units onto the board here. The only thing is that oh, look at that, he goes for the sell on the unit there. That's something that you could do. You have to just wait until the end of the round. This was the same case with Syndrans at 15, but you just have to wait for the fight to end, and then you can sell the unit that is occupied, that you just threw in, essentially. Great positioning here by Jose as well. They supposedly bug fixed Master Yi to not fly to backline as frequently. You know, he's not supposed to do the thing where he just like randomly just teleports to backline. So hopefully that's the case. Sadly, he's still pretty good. I mean, this guy's got Kahuna and everything upgraded, so we are still going to lose that fight. I mean, this is Void Staff adaptive. I think you're pretty happy just taking this here. And yeah, these will be our slams here onto Bard. I think it's beautiful. Makes a lot of sense. And we're looking at level 9. The way everybody knows to cap out this well, most people know. If you don't know, I'll show you this game. How to cap out these AP boards is to push 9, eventually find stuff like Sona on this board. You know, obviously LeBlanc getting Arbiter in it's whatever. It's a little bit of extra gold, 1 per round, to be exact, if we make 50 gold of interest. But you would much rather have a real unit in here in, you know, the Sona. So if we can find Sona, you can fit that onto the board. You can fit stuff like Rost onto the board very frequently, just for a lot of extra traits. Rost did get nerfed this patch, where he is now just even stats on all star levels, but he's still decent enough. Also, look at these farms. Just farms us straight the 2-star LeBlanc. I mean, that is so chill, actually. Though, once again, she might be not long for this world. But either way, we can opt to chill probably for 1 more round, and then we can level next round. It'll be on interval, and then we'll be in a pretty good spot to cap the board around all of our AP stuff. We are 19 HP, so if we do take any kind of bad loss, we are going to be very close to being dead. And hey, at least Rock is healing us up, but the heal is not that big at the end of the day. It's just 1 HP per round, so it's not really going to swing anything too hard here. We are going to pick up another win here. Farm the Nunu, by the way. This Bard is just the MVP. And now we can level this round and roll down to try to find what to put on the board. We do find the Sona here, which I think will probably already be the swap in here. He's going to throw Mighty Mech onto the board. Looks like, I mean, wouldn't you just sell the Lysandra or the LeBlanc draw? I just feel like LeBlanc doesn't do anything on this board here with no items, but he's going to opt to hold the line. I'm going to keep the LeBlanc on the board, just saying, you know what, a LeBlanc 2 is a LeBlanc 2. She's going to do some decent damage here. And until I find, like, you know, a Sona 2 or something like that, I am not going to sell out of her. Surprised, though, that he doesn't just sell her for Mighty Mech just to get a little bit of Voyager value onto the board, but he just says, you know what, an upgraded unit's an upgraded unit. All right. One of our last few items here, we're just going to opt for item Anvil here. Not too happy with any of our options. Yeah, he's considering the swap in here now. And okay, he does agree that this is a better swap in. It makes a lot of sense. Gives you a lot of gold to roll as well for something like this Sona or this Bard. I'm going to take Giant Slayer here as our last item. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And we are just going to have to lock for this Sona here. Don't want to risk not throwing in the Morgana. I will say, based on the way that this usually works and does work, Morgana should not be proccing Dark Lady. She's not supposed to add any traits to the board. If she did, that would be completely broken. So she's just a random Morgana on the board. She's nothing too crazy. And we do have to actually not even lock chop for the Morgana. He wants to play it, but he would much rather go for this, go for the Sona. Sell out of the Morgana like we showed with the little trick earlier. Now, look at this. Sona 2 on the board. Our main carry is now alive here. Oh my god, let me pause for a second. I gotta blow my nose. Okay, we are back. We are back. Do I sound a little clearer? I could just feel the phlegm rising and rising. But is that a good? Any doctors in YouTube comments? Do you know if that's like a good sign? I feel like it's a good sign. I feel like my throat yesterday felt horrible. I had such a bad sore throat, and today my throat like feels a lot better. Like it feels mostly fine. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting question actually. You have to answer this question when you do play the Leona printer version. Is who do you cut? You can cut Leona eventually. You can cut just the Nunu, or you can just not play Blitz. So I'd really like to actually see Jose hit Blitz 2 here, so we can see where his priority lies. I think if you do hit Nunu 2, you can just move items over to Nunu 2, and then just drop out of Leona completely and just use her as 9 gold and say, you know, she served our board very, very well at this point. But we'll see. 23 HP, game not quite over yet. But there's oftentimes a lot of blitzcranks out of the pool at this point in the game, and you can see this guy's holding a couple, so we might not even be able to find it. But I mean, you can see Sona, this unit just buffed up, buffed up, buffed up. I mean, this unit is a beautiful unit to cap your board out with in these type of setups. I mean, she just does so much work. Find Mighty Mech 2, which is huge. Find the Bard 2, which we might have to end up just selling a blitz off here, or we can play for max cap here, 24 HP, and just wait until the fight is over here. I mean, I will say, even just you know, the nice thing about a spot like this is we could just throw the Blitzcrank in using this. So we might not have to sell anything actually, and just say, you know what, the best possible unit for us to throw in is a random Blitzcrank here. He shouldn't activate his traits here. Okay, also, what the heck is going on here? That was very strange. I guess he like dropped some frames or something. But he shouldn't do his kind of like aggro drop thing because he has no trait on the board. But he should still be a nice just kind of unit. I mean, I guess the dream is you field blitz and then throw Nunu 2 in, right? Also, look at this. He actually prefers the carry items onto the Bard. I mean, it makes sense, right? Sona's a really nice unit with these utility items onto her. Oh, also check what we're fighting here. It's this, it's a Gnar 3 board. Thanks for slowing down the replay again, Jose. I don't think this is my setup. I think his stream was just having some issues, which, I mean, heck, I know about that. Your ISP throttling you for fun is not usually for fun. We print the Blitz 2, which is actually huge here. We can take adaptive. So I think what we should do here is actually just field Blitz over the Nunu, throw the Nunu in, and then you'll be able to get the aggro drop out of the Blitz. I guess you could also even throw Leona in. Wouldn't be too bad either, but you just want to throw something other than Blitz in. So that Blitz gets his traits. It looks like he's just going to opt to let Blitz sit on the bench and get thrown in here. Means, as far as I know, I mean, let's watch closely this fight. I believe Blitz should not aggro drop here. I never even see when he gets... Yeah, he just got one tap there. He did not get aggro drop here, correct? I don't think so. Because he gets thrown in, like, right here. So let's watch this just to see. I mean, he did actually aggro drop there. So I guess... That's a weird thing. He does not activate like real traits, but his unique trait to him does actually activate. How strange. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, good. The more you know, I guess, so you can feel totally fine throwing Blitz in and not worrying about the fact that he'll lose his trait. We're going to move off-tank items over to the Leona here and just have Nunu be our main tank here. And yeah, this is going to be our setup to close out these last couple of rounds here. And yeah, the Gnar reroll board from this guy. I mean, Gnar did get buffed this patch, so maybe my VOD for tomorrow will be a Gnar reroll VOD. We'll actually see here. All right, one more chance at the frames dropping. Jose, man, I need you to close out this VOD with it looking kind of nice here, where we're doing it for YouTube. We are, oh my god, you'll just barely lose the fight. We are still alive here, and the upside is we made it to the end of the stage here. We can level here. I mean, Morg, yeah, Morg seems like a pretty solid level. You could just level for Blitz and then throw another Blitz in, but I have to imagine Morg is the unit that you want to just level for, just because a team-wide buff is pretty good compared to just throwing in a random unit. And we'll see if we can close it out here, because now, I mean, we have just a couple more rounds to go here. Hold extra Blitzes, maybe throw another Blitz 2 in, but we do finally find the Morg. We are going to have to mess with our positioning a good bit here if we want to get this, or you could just, you know, put her kind of over here like this and not worry about it. Oh, wow, he's going to throw the Morg in here. That's not... Am I crazy here? Yeah, I mean, this should not, but I mean, I guess in the same way, I mean, I'd love if he clicked into one of these units here and saw if the Dark Lady passive was in effect, because traits should not work on the units that you throw in. So this should just be a random Morgana 2 without actually activating any traits. And yeah, theoretically, you'd much rather throw in a Vanguard here so that she can activate her traits. But we saw with the Blitz that unique traits did activate, that he did get the party animal effect here and drop aggro. So I mean, low key, maybe Morgana works here. I got to try this in one of my games actually to make sure that it does or doesn't work. Either way, I think we're going to close out the game for the win. Yeah, just a beautiful game from Jose, showing how to play around this Leona, this AP Flex Leona Fast 9 stuff, and he just played it beautifully with Expedition. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm recording this video while sick, so I mean, surely that deserves a like, at least. Check out my Twitch down below. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go live today. Maybe I'll go live and just, like, not talk that much. We'll see, or if not, I will be live tomorrow for sure, as long as I'm feeling better, which I probably should be. And my Medify down below as well. Only a few days left to take advantage of that Medify sale that I set up. Code SIZA25 off for 25 off of anything on my Medify. So go check it out there. We do have our tournament this weekend. So if you want a chance to play on that, you can either sub to Legendary Tacticians or even sub to Tactic University. We might have an extra slot open for somebody in Tac University. So if you guys are interested in playing in a tournament this weekend, go check all that stuff out. Feel free to DM me if you need any details, and I will see you guys later. It's the tournament's on Saturday, in case you're wondering. Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to stop trying to convert times in my head. And hey, if you're not playing in the tournament, just come check out the stream. It'll be fun to watch my students all compete against each other. All right, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching as always. Bye-bye.